Hello, guys, and today we have the podcast Talks in the Flow. And today we have very special guest. This is Shikari, and Shikari is doing a lot of magical, interesting stuff. And tell us more about yourself.
I'm from California. I've been here in Bali since October. My intention here was to come work on music as well as Tantra and healing.
Yeah,
And I've been here doing all sorts of stuff on the dance floor. Doing
yeah, and we actually
activations.
met on contact improvisation.
Yes, just
That's
magical.
very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us about like what is Tantra for you. And today actually we're going to tell you about Tantra, how we understand it, how we perceive it, and what is it like how you already can implement some tantric knowledge into your normal life. Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tantra for me is a way of life. It's a way of breathing, living, eating, some
Yeah.
energy practice. And yeah, there's so many different techniques you can do. Everything from semen retention to
Yeah.
like different parts of sexuality, but not so much. Not too many people can concentrate on those forms.
Yeah.
And really, to me, it's more like almost like Ayurveda, where
Yeah.
it's a concept and way of living.
Yeah, so for me also Tantra, there are different aspects of Tantra because I'm by myself already, I think 2 years I'm into Tantric things and I did a lot of retreats. But for me, Tantra is the philosophy more also. There are some practices like energetical practices and meditations and like stuff you do with your partner and you do alone, and this is like really, really interesting and deep. But first thing which I understood is the way of living, so how you perceive every day. For example, you wake up and you are to choose like you are happy and celebrate this life, or you are sad and you are suffering. This is actually like 100% Tantra.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's something that can be choose in the moment.
Yeah.
Too. Like, there's times when I'm like, I get in a state of bitterness or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and I won't be acting my full self, and I can change that in just an instant.
How you do it? Like tell us more.
A
What's
lot
your
of it,
secret?
a lot of it, I would say, is a mental state where I'm like, I'll be aware of my surrounding. I'm like, wow, this is actually magical. I should be happy right now.
Yeah.
Instead of like in this lower vibration that's like just trying to self-sabotage everything.
Yeah.
And really just changing that mind. It's like the whole thing of a cup half empty or half full.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if you just step
Exactly,
into
yeah.
the higher state and
Yeah.
have gratitude.
Yeah, gratitude and celebration. Because in the Tantric also, my master, my Indian master Satyarthi, he was telling always, you can celebrate life. Like Tantra is about how to celebrate not only higher states, not only like some things which are normally like making you happy and grateful, but also how to celebrate your sadness, how to celebrate like your lower states. And it's about like we're still alive, we still experience something, we're still like in this beautiful life, and still everything is going on, and how to celebrate like everything, not distinguish, because Tantra is for me also about non-duality. It's like the world you perceive it as it is, so it can be bad and can be good, but in general it's like the wholeness which I perceive.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Yeah, so what's your favorite tantric practice?
I think breathwork is my favorite
Breathwork.
Tantra
What
practice.
tell us about tantric breathwork? What is it?
Yeah, I really love like holotropic breathwork, so full open in and out, like in and out. That's like my favorite state. I also do like, like fire breath, those
Fire
kind
breath,
of things.
shamanic breath. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holotropic breathwork is when you are kind of like how to say, beginning and the ending of the breath you circling like this, yeah, and you just do it like intentionally, and it brings you to really high states.
Yeah.
Like really higher.
There's this one here I learned in Tulum. It's called Mariposa.
Mariposa.
Yeah,
butterfly.
And when you flap your wings, you like. You do like a chaturanga.
So you basically do like from the mouth. It's like.
Yeah, it's so powerful. Like full Kundalini activation. Like you have like full convulsions and everything.
Tell people about Kundalini activation. Like what is it and how did it happen? Like did it happen to you?
I've had very powerful Kundalini experiences. The biggest was like where like full body. I just feel it channeling through my body. And then other states of like, just high vibration where I can feel my energetic state really heightened.
Like intuition is awakening, you see this with visualizations.
Yeah, but like powerful and visualizations.
And like how long do you have it already?
It can last. I've been doing it for like maybe 6 years now.
6 years, yeah.
And
what was your trigger to get this Kundalini activation?
I kind of just stumbled upon it. It really was like, I really dove into yoga. I go to yoga classes all the time. I was at Wanderlust, and then that was my first Kundalini experience.
On the yoga? Just laying down in Shavasana?
No, it was actually like, we were doing like all the like different techniques.
It was Kriya yoga.
Yeah, Kriya.
Kriya, Something fell. But yeah, I mean, for me, Kundalini was started to activate. Actually, I had before, even in my childhood, I had shaken sometimes, but it was more about like sexual interaction, and then I feel shaken. But then I started to actually Tantra triggered me into Kundalini activation, because in Tantra we did a lot of active meditations, like jumping and screaming, this Tantric stuff, dynamic. And then at some point I started to feel all the shaking every time. So when I do dance, when I do sound healing, when I do just meditation, it's because Kundalini is actually the rested energy inside of your sacrum, and then it's activated and it goes through the whole your body, to all the chakras, and of course it triggers something. Like, for example, this is like the stream, and if you have some blockages, if you have some stuck emotions or stuck energy, it starts to shake it also. And that's why people are shaking. Maybe you're wondering why people are shaking like crazy. If you come to a wood, you go to dance, and people are oh my god, what's going on?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. And this is also, it can be two sides, I think. Also can be healing, but also can be a sexual excitement also in this way. So kind of energetical orgasms. So what is for you energetical organs? How do you distinguish energetical and physical?
Energetical is generally, it can be without touch or light touch.
It can be just happening from the eye contact, even, imagine, guys, you just stare at person and then you feel shaking, you feel already some energy is going on. It's another level of interaction.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
and then without penetration, because generally most orgasms are penetration or some kind of genital stimulation. Most energetic orgasms, the ones that I've served and given, come from my sacral. I'll feel this energy build up
from the sacral.
From my sacral, and when I release it, full energetic orgasm.
Wow, how do you do it? You just hold it the press?
Yeah, cycle my energy through, so like a Taurus energy.
Taurus.
And I can and usually with my breath, feel it come up, and if you do the whole Mula Bandha root lock, that helps it
So you do Mula Bandha lock, and then you circulate your energy from the bottom to top, like the Taurus field.
Yeah, and you'll feel it build, and then it takes practice, but you can learn to basically channel it and release it, and that's where it's powerful. A lot of times it's more of a conscious awareness, and when you really when it really comes through, you're not really actually doing much.
Yeah.
The more you try,
it just happens.
Yeah, it just happens. You feel it, and you just
Yeah, and you expand. Yeah, I also felt the same. For example, in the beginning, it was kind of tension also, and I was shaking, and I couldn't release, I couldn't relax. But then when I started to relax, it happened even more intense and even more kind of in expansion way. So it can reach your heart, and it basically I start to laugh. If the energy reaches the heart, I'm just laughing. I'm so happy in these higher states, and this also orgasms of the heart. Also, there are different types of orgasms, right?
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite?
I think, heart-connected energetic orgasms are definitely.
Yeah, and in the couple also you can do this kind of tantric circulation of energy. Yeah, so it's kind of connected to breath. For example, man, it penetrates from the first chakra, and woman receives here. and woman gets like take away from the heart, and man receives from the heart, and it's kind of circulation happening like this. And the circles, like you also watch in the eyes of each other, and then it's happening like even more powerfully. Have you tried it?
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done something very similar, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very powerful to also like connect deeper in the couple, to be like in this state of love, and also to share the energy. And for example, I think most of the people, when they don't know Tantra, they connect only on the lower chakras, yeah, because they don't connect from the heart, and it's kind of difficult for them to open. But it's the like the path. If you are going to this vulnerability, if you go into this kind of relaxation with the partner, you trust him, you are so in this grateful and serving state. Because in Tantra also we perceive each other as God and Goddess, and
Yes.
this is like one of the really cool tip for you. For example, try to see in your partner your God. Like how do you perceive it? Like all the qualities of God, all the like love and light and everything. And how would you serve the God? How would you like treat him? How would you touch him? How would you like connect with him? And on this level, it's happening like even more divine. All the connections.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking about hosting creating like a god and goddess, like honoring ritual.
Yeah.
So that we like use all the different techniques of Tantra to really honor each other.
Yeah.
And with different senses, like
Yeah.
use all our 11 senses.
However
many there are, yeah. I've definitely
Yeah.
been tapping into more, and the more like I
Yeah.
level up, I've been realizing like having different sensations happening.
Yeah,
that
the
are,
more
like,
sensitive we are on this path, yeah, the more it's opening up, and we have like not only the like visible or like hearing or touching, we have even like inner senses, yeah? Like sensing the energy, sensing like what's happening, like all these things. This is really beautiful, and like it opens up so magically.
Yeah.
And what are for you like top practices to awaken your Kundalini? Like for beginners, for example, like how to start?
Yeah, so meditation.
Meditation, just simply sit and
Yeah, because you can really heighten your awareness, your energy, really ground yourself.
Yeah.
Breath work, number 2, it's definitely one of the most powerful.
Yeah.
And then there's, I really like ice baths. Just
Ice
it
baths.
really gets you like sensations. Like it's so good for your capillaries.
Yeah.
And really getting your blood flow.
So some of the shocking things, they're like activating your energy more, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really powerful. Also movement, like dance is so powerful.
Yeah, that's what I also think.
And one of the big parts of dance I really love is shaking. And you can shake out energy.
Shaking.
Because really like all that rigid, like if you have blocks in your energy channels, that energy is not going to move through.
Yeah.
So it's really important to really rotate your spine.
Yeah, so if you feel
hips.
some kind of tension or something like which prevents you from moving, you can just like, do snake dance also.
And one thing that's so beautiful about meditation, especially when you're sitting, is like really lining your spine. So, because energy travels through the fastest conduit.
Yeah.
If you have kinks in your spine, you can really fully let that energy channel through.
Yeah.
So having like that nice tall spine.
Yeah. Because there are like different channels of energy. There is central channel, and there are also like 2 channels like yin and yang, like masculine and feminine side. And Kundalini energy, it goes through the central channel, like Sushumna in Hindu. Yeah. Yeah, and for me also Kundalini practices, there are also massages, of course. Sometimes massages, they can really like awaken you so much. So if you want, you can have like you can find some good healer who can do it for you, because people who are already awakened in Kundalini, they can activate different people also with the touch, because this energy is already like channeling through them, and they can like channel to different person. And this is like how I actually also started to feel it more through the massages, through energy healers, through these practices. And of course, shaking, of course, it helps a lot. And also I did active meditations, which are from Osho. like from Osho lineage. Have you done?
Yeah, that is.
Dynamic meditations, yeah, they're so amazing. There are so many. There are also Kundalini activation meditation, like chakra activation, like total freedom, all these things. And there you also use different tools to awaken yourself. For example, also it's mix of breath work and jumping, screaming, like tapping into your emotions and releasing it, kind of like learning how to switch emotions, how to get it out, how to deal with it. And then also you dance, you shake, and you feel like really alive, because energy is aliveness, right? So all the like tools which are making us alive, it helps to awaken the Kundalini energy.
Yeah.
And of course, making love.
Yeah, making
love is the best one.
Yeah, it is.
Making love, you can feel it like really constantly, like instantly, in very, how to say, in a loving way, in gentle way, and you can really be like very deep in this. And after love making, like if you do it like really with this intention of serving the divine, intention of connecting on higher levels, on the heart chakra, after this you will feel like really huge healing also. Because sometimes like women are crying also, women are like because we holding on inside a lot of like traumas, a lot of pain, and with this Kundalini practice, like which releases a lot of energy, it can like bring a lot of things also out.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, art of lovemaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also energy practitioner, right? Like you're Reiki.
Yeah,
healer.
Reiki. I also have training in Theta healing.
Theta healing.
And
What is Theta healing?
Theta healing is essentially a type of, generally we're like in the daytime, like in B or your beta, and then you go through theta, and you go into when you fall asleep. It's like that area between like sleep and awake, and then you go like in different states.
It's like a trance.
Yeah. So basically, you're putting yourself into that space, and you're channeling energy from the divine and asking for healing.
So from the source.
From the source, yeah. So and when you sit with someone, you're like, calling in those energies from the source, and
And what's the difference between Reiki and Theta healing?
Reiki is generally we'll use symbols, and it usually comes through your hands, like I'm using it like a practitioner.
So you were initiated into Reiki, right?
Yeah. Yeah, both in Tahoe and training in Guatemala as well. But then Theta I did in Mexico, and Theta you're really just sitting and using your words to call in these actions. You're not actually, I mean you can, but there's like, most of it's like through conscious intention.
For me, I also do, like I started with Tantric massage and energetical work, but I'm not initiated into Reiki, but still like I feel energy is moving through your hands. So I actually believe that every person on this planet is a healer. You just need to unpack it somehow. So it's not about like you come to some master and they give you permission. It's like you already have it inside. But of course, these tools, they are very powerful, and they like make you constantly like really feel it. Yeah, but in my understanding also, we all are connected to the source, and this is the level of our, how to say, connection to the divine, to this, because we have energy everywhere, we have energy around us, we have energy below us, we have energy everywhere, and this is our, to say, mission to tap it into this energy and to connect with it. Yeah, so everyone can be healer.
Definitely. That's so true.
And if it would be like this, the world would be a better place.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah,
it's something that you really have to like just trust yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that like, even when I did my first Reiki practitioner training, I still had doubts about my healing, and just like, a lot of self-doubt in myself from childhood and whatnot. And it wasn't until I did ayahuasca in Peru where, oh my god, it was like so profound. I could just feel this energy pouring through my hands, like so powerfully.
It started to be like tingling.
Yeah, tingling, and it was like heavy. I could feel like hands like really powerful.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, I just had this feeling, this intuition that I had to like test this out and really truly believe in it. So there's this glow bug, this firefly
Uh-huh.
in the room, like next to me, right where my ex-partner was. And then I just like decided to like push my energy towards it and channel it.
Wow.
And the bug started lighting up like
Really?
so bright,
Wow.
like unbelievably.
Wow, so you
And
charged with the energy.
yeah.
Wow.
And even it's so funny because I still like, oh, maybe it's just a coincidence, like, just started light up. So then I saw another one up in the ceiling.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, all right, let's try it on this one. And it's like, boom, channel my energy to the ceiling.
Wow.
And oh my god, it was like a fireworks show. Like it lit up the whole room. It was like
Wow.
unbelievable. I was just like, whoa, like.
You start to believe in magic.
Exactly.
Wow. And what did you do after with your power? Like how you can implement it in your life? You start to feel this power in your hands. What to do?
Yeah, really. Like I love to really offer healing to people. Like I've always like given massages to friends and stuff. And normally, just last year, I started doing it more professionally and offer healings. And I was doing it back in Tahoe, where it was just so beautiful. Like people would, after the session, they'd be like, "That's the best massage I ever had."
Yeah.
And it's just so powerful. The power of intention of your heart and the energy that you believe in.
Yeah.
If you believe it's there, like,
yeah. I also believe sometimes, like when I also do the energetical massages, it's kind of like like fireballs, and with these fireballs, I burn out all the impurities, all the blocked things, all these things which we don't need, and it's like a pure light, and the light is like so pure, it comes from the source, and it's really heals everything, and it's really like it works, of course, because sometimes I do it and people are starting to cry, they start to like feel something like very stuck emotions, because in our body we have a lot of emotions which are we didn't live it out, so they are kind of we suppressed it, or we just blocked it, or we just didn't want it, and then it's like it's affecting our body and affecting our health in a physical way, in emotional, energetical, in all these things. And of course it's very important to do like why we all do these kundalini awakenings and tantric meditations and all these things, because we want to clean ourselves from the inside, because everyone has all these impurities, and our goal is to become like crystal clear channel from this divine energy to go through us. And because if we do it, we have no projection, we have no mental restrictions, limitation, we just live out what we need to do, like our true nature, our like divine divine masculine, divine feminine, everything just flows naturally.
Yes.
Yes.
So beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was just watching it and I was like, those are all things that I like to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. It's connected you.
It's why I connected this talks in the flow, because it's like I want to also bring some more flow in this life and more activation to people also. Because you can start with like just really simple things, right? You can start with just connecting to yourself, like more dancing, more singing, more creativity, and then somehow like will be like more and more. You tap into your intuition power, you tap into your healer powers. You can like see, like connect with people on different layers. You can just be like more deeper also in this life. And also it starts with meditation too. So if you're more observed, it becomes like more deeper for you. Your experience become more profound, and you can dive deeper. You can understand all these, interactions, energy things. But what about you? You felt the energy all your life, or it came to you one day?
I mean, I feel like I've always been a very energetic being. But really like knowing how to tap into this energy is definitely a practice, and definitely I've used the help of other healers, other clairvoyance to really have that self assertion and like belief in myself that I can use these powers. And really you don't need anyone to do that, but it's helpful.
It's like easier to do if you find someone.
Yeah.
And also for me, I also was like this. I was very sensitive in the beginning, like all my life, but I suppressed it, and then I had like a lot of emotions, like really blocked, which were blocking me so much. And then I went to Bali and I started to meet like all the healers around, all the people, masters. And I think it happened because of my intention before. Because I woke up and for like I think half a year I was just intentionally saying like out loud, I intend to heal myself. I intend to step into my full power. I intend to like understand who I am and what I'm doing here. And when you have this intention, like clearly intention to the universe will give you all the people, all the tools, all the teachings, and everything.
Yeah.
Because there's also the forward, like the master will come when the student is ready.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like really beautiful because all the universe is kind of giving you everything what you need right now.
Yeah.
And like what you are having in your life, it means like you manifested before. So like look around you and like say thank you that you are manifesting these things for you, for your healing maybe, or maybe for your like being happy. Because sometimes we even we have difficulties, it means for us that our soul wants to heal through this experience, right?
Yeah.
So it's very important also not to like push it away, but really live it through it.
Yeah, fully embrace it.
Yeah.
And those difficulties are really the best teachers for us. We learn the most. In the toughest times can be like most healing.
Yeah.
And be the most powerful.
Yeah.
Because all the good times are great, but like we don't really learn as much.
Yeah, we just enjoy the life.
Yeah.
What is your like favorite tool to overcome these difficult times?
I would say, I think for me, like, yoga's always been such a powerful tool for me.
Come to the body.
Yeah, overall, because, yoga also incorporates meditation as well.
Mm-hmm. And
so,
the breath.
And the breath. So, like, it really helps me overall, like, the tension in my body, really clearing my head of, like, thought patterns that really are serving me. And yeah, like toning my body, like the more you like move your body, the more like you are energetically aware and just like uplifted.
Yeah. It's really good to just really move them, just not stuck in these emotions, but to really go through. Because like if you stuck, it becomes like also the mind connects to the emotions, and it's like a circle, like vicious circle, and then you just need to like from this situation you need to step out of this, and from this, like from higher awareness, you can go out of it. That's what I feel also, because meditation really helps a lot. And also I did this practice which is like quantum healing. So you just observe this emotion, for example, you close your eyes and you go to meditation and you observe your emotions, like where it's located. For example, you feel it here, yeah? And you just started to understand like which color is it, like what is the shape, what is the density, like all this is light, how is big. And then you go like deeper and deeper and you understand like you ask this thing like what are you here to tell me? Like what's your intention and why are you here? And in the end, like all the answers you receive, and you also thank these things. So you say, I'm so grateful that you are here to shed the light on some things in my life. This is very beautiful also, not to push away your emotions, but tap into this, like why they are here, because it's always the reason, right?
Yeah, it's so beautiful to fully feel those emotions.
Yeah.
Not block them. Like too many men are told in life not to cry.
Yeah.
And they stuff it until one day they just explode and like lose control. And then, like for me, one of my favorite things to do these days is to let tears just run down my face while I stare at someone. And like, and I used to like block it, I used to try to stop. Now I just let it happen. And it's like so beautiful. Because even me, like I've been really emotional, and really in my feminine my whole life. But even my childhood, I was told to stuff those emotions. Like men don't cry.
Yeah.
Like tough men or like whatever it is, like all this bullshit. And it feels good to like feel those things and to release it, because otherwise it creates disease, all these problems.
All the diseases like psychosomatics, they are coming from these stuck emotions. Right? It's energy which we don't feel like, because energy is kind of emotions are energy in motion. This is the point. This is the key, because we like how to say divine. It just flows through us in like whatever ways. It can be anger, it can be like sadness, it can be happiness, and it just wants to express these things. And if we stop it, block it, it's like it creates these distortions also. So it's very important to cry out, to shouts, to be like, jumping, screaming. Like even sometimes there's suppressed laugh. It's just like interesting thing because before I didn't know that it exists, of course. But then it's like I started to, on my healing process, sometimes also like suppressed emotions, they're coming up in like random times, and sometimes I just start to laugh with no reason. And then I understood, oh wow, I had so many like things suppressed, like not only crying, not only anger, but the laugh can be also there. It can be a sexual desire too. It can be like all these things like which we are, like don't letting them be. So on spiritual healing, it's really like normal to feel everything. Like just welcome everything and just like embrace yourself more and like heal yourself more and use all the tantric stuff also. Because tantra is really like, how to say, one of the shortcuts which are helping you to get to this higher states, to get to this higher consciousness. Yeah, because in my understanding also there are kind of short ways, as ayahuasca, of course, like mushrooms, they're spiritual drugs, and there are like long ways as meditation, long and stable. Ayahuasca is short and a little bit unstable, of course, because some people are not ready and they're simply kind of, it's maybe too much for them. But Tantra is somehow in between all of this. So it uses all this already like advanced techniques like breath work and emotions release, energy moving, but also it's not as long and it's not like, it's more, how to say, alive than just simple meditation.
And all these chemicals are coming from our brain already, like DMT, all these other, dopamine, everything else. And it's really just learning how to tap in to release them. Like I feel like in that one breath work I was talking about, my first time doing it, the Mariposa, I like blacked out. You have to have a spotter to catch you because it'll black out when you fully blast off. And when I came to, I didn't know where I was. Everyone was watching me. It was in a big group. And I could taste and smell DMT.
Wow.
It's powerful. So like, that's inside us already.
Yeah.
And there's ways to activate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was so powerful. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I felt like I just did Bupa or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never tried DMT or Bufa or ayahuasca, but I tried like different stuff. But I feel you can also do it like without any substance too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all just portals, like different, portals into the same energy.
Yeah.
And you don't need, those chemicals are all inside us.
But why do you think like people don't feel it like all the time? What are the blockages?
You mean from like
why they don't tap into their power of like DMT activation all the time?
Well, I mean, those chemicals are, like, especially DMT is really generally there for like when we're born, when we die, and very traumatic experiences. So it's like the ultimate release. So like to be in it all the time, I think first our bodies might be physically draining to be like producing that much. Yeah, I don't really know but fully, but like I think if you're in that all the time, that's what the ascension process is, of like being ascended, you're releasing
so
your...
you need to go through this like, step by step.
Yeah, like, because if you're in that state all the time, it might be hard to even function on this planet.
And the question is why? Why to function? You have all the dimensions, you're flying out there. But we are still here.
Yeah, it's good to experience those things and come back down into our bodies. Into this like 3D or 5D realm that we're in.
Yeah. Did you experience some kind of cosmic orgasms during the Tantra?
I felt some different types of energetic, cosmic orgasms, but mostly like in breath work and stuff. I still haven't really had a practitioner do those kind of things on me, but that I've served others, which I'm open to one day.
Yeah, but there's like highest potential to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people saying like you can really get enlightened through Tantra.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of, if you put your ego away and other person also, you just merge on the higher level and you became the God, and God is like through you. And this is the kind of enlightenment process also. Like you just shine this light and you just like become the love and become, you know, Satchitananda nature.
Mm-hmm.
Satchitananda is being, knowing, and blissful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. It's kind of taste what we have inside, because we have inside love and light, of course, but it's covered through different lenses and different projections. And I can just see it like, you know, there's the light and there's, you know, the prism, and light is coming through you, but it's a little bit distorted through this kind of not very clean glass, and our purpose is to clean it, so the light can shine through us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to say something to people, like some kind of words for them to encourage them?
Yeah, I think really just the desire to really be your highest self and is really powerful and is a big part of it. You know, tapping into your, you know, your intention and, you know, what you're trying to bring on this planet, what offering you want to
Your
give,
mission.
your mission.
Yeah.
So those are some key steps to really focus on, and all the time too, not just like at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like before I go into a session, myself or someone else, that's something I'm tapping into and making sure I'm aligned with. And yeah, that's something that's like really powerful. Also, yeah, just I would go and find other healers that can help you in this process, because
Guiders.
yeah, there's no reason to like take it on all yourself. And there's so many tricks and tools and just ways that can help you in this process.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like how I learned really, and from different types of altered states, I was able to tap into these energies too. It's like, you know, and yeah, you can do that through meditation or whatnot, or
yoga, tantra, meditation, breathworks, and all these things. Yeah, and for me, I just can say that I just, you know, I really recommend you to go this way. Because of course it's difficult, of course it's something different, of course it's like maybe a lot of unknown there, but also if you just go there, this is like kinda, you cannot reach the highest if you don't go there. There's like a lot of fruits there, a lot of flowers, a lot of like different things. Of course, and the experience becomes like so wide and so expanded, so it's like completely new level of experience. So if you want to start with something, like do some simple things, and then it will bring you higher and higher, because it will unfold for you too if you have the right intention. And the universe will guide you through these things. Yeah.
yes.
And I hope we were useful for you in this little talk. And thank you, Shikari, for sharing your stories with us and for inspiring us.
Thank you, love. Yeah, it's beautiful. Nice to connect with you
so
and
much.
yeah, let's talk.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching this video, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Ching.